Hey guys, my name is Rachel Burden. I am currently a Senior Gold Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide, and I wanted to make a video of what I typically go over in a three-way welcome call. So usually when someone signs on to our team underneath someone that's directly under me, I do a three-way welcome call with their sponsor, that's the person they joined Plexus with, and myself, and we go over some getting started tips in Plexus. So I love those welcome calls. I think they're really important, and by no means am I trying to replace them with this video, but there are a few people that it's difficult sometimes to get some scheduling. There's like scheduling conflicts. And so that's why I'm making a video, so that you can watch the video and then we can touch base on goals and things like that. And then there are some people that are ready to start doing these training calls with their teams. And so this hopefully can serve as a little bit of an example of, what can be included in the welcome call. So I am gonna dive right in. Typically I start and I ask if anyone has any questions before I dig right in. And then I go over some things that are sort of normal in network marketing, good suggestions in network marketing, and then some things that are specific to Plexus. So the very first thing, I'm gonna glance at my notes, the very first thing I talk about is deciding your why and writing down and nailing down your why. Number one, why are you taking these products? What is your health reason for why? And number two, why are you doing the business? And those things will both probably change over time. Some people don't have a very large product why. They really want the business. And with other people, it's vice versa. They really have a large why of why they're taking the products and what they've done for them. And the business makes sense because of that. So really thinking about why is it that you're doing Plexus? And one of the things that I really encourage people to do is to just sort of allow yourself to dream. A lot of times we allow ourselves to get in this mindset that we are for the rest of our lives going to have one set paycheck and that's it. And that's life and that's where we're going to live. And we have certain dreams that would be awesome, but the dreams that we really think we can achieve financially are way lower than what we really would dream if we were to say, okay, if finances were not an obstacle in my life, what would my life look like? What would my home look like? What would my children's lives look like? Where would I be able to invest in terms of giving? Like what, ministries or organizations would I be able to invest in that I can't on the same level that I would like to now? And really allow yourself to dream. Like, what would my life look like if finances were not an obstacle? And just take out some of that fear that we have when we think about, what our dreams are and what our goals are. So that's the number one thing. And writing that down, making a dream board, writing down what are my dreams for this business. And number two, that flows very naturally after that, are your goals. What are your goals in Plexus? Where do you see yourself? And one thing that I really encourage my team is that visitor that joined me. One thing that I really encourage my team is that it doesn't matter what your goal is, I want to help you meet it. So if you tell me, you know what, Rachel, my goal is simply to get my products at wholesale, or my goal is to cover the cost of my products, or my goal is to go all the way. I want to support you in that goal. I want to help give you the information that you need to achieve that goal, to give you, the resources to get your products paid for, or give you the resources to go all the way. And really, I want you to feel supported in that, and not to feel like if you tell me my, goal is to get my products paid for, and then me to be messaging you daily with all these business tips, because that's not really where you're at. I don't want somebody to feel pushed or pressured to do more than they have said they want to do. So that's why it's really important to set your whys and your goals and communicate that with your sponsor and your upline so they know how to help you. The second thing in that whole goal area is one goal that I really say I encourage everyone to shoot for is 3 preferred customers and 3 ambassadors. And the reason I say that is because in the beginning, the bulk of your paycheck is going to come from customers. It's really great to get a customer base, but long term, you need ambassadors to grow in this business. And so one of the things that I love is, the concept that customers bring income, but ambassadors bring wealth. And so building an ambassador team underneath you that is going to be sustainable income and sustainable wealth in the long run. So working on getting 3 preferred customers and 3 ambassadors. Preferred customers are really makes the most sense. It's the way to go. Retail is the most expensive. No one benefits. The customer pays a higher price and you don't get paid as much money. If you have a customer that is interested in ordering, I always recommend people to purchase at preferred. They get a cheaper price and you make more money. It's easy to cancel. It's not a big deal to turn off. And so I encourage all of my customers to order as preferred. If you have 3 preferred customers plus your own order, you're going to be pretty close to that 500 PV mark PV stands for personal volume, and it's anything that goes through your website, whether you purchase it or a customer purchases it. And when you hit that 500 PV mark, you're increasing your percentage in commissions. There's tons of other videos on the compensation plan, so I'm not going to get into that now, but that's a really good goal. Another thing that you want to think about in terms of ambassadors is if someone hits some financial issues, no matter how much they love the products, they are going to look at their budget and start shutting off automatic reoccurring shipments. Where if someone's an ambassador, they're going to look at that a little differently and be like, you know what, I need to up my business a little bit so I can have some income to deal with these issues that are going on. So I feel like there's also a little bit better retention in terms of ambassadors, but those are some good goals to look at. So the very next thing, and this is a big one in network marketing, is to make your list of people. You will often hear this referred to as a list of 100, but what I'm gonna tell you is just make a list. Don't focus on the numbers. If it's small, if it's big, doesn't matter. Just focus on making a list. And I want you to list people, everybody you can think of. Don't think about Plexus when you're making this list. Think about people you know, people you see on a daily basis. Think about people you went to high school with, people you went to college with, people you haven't spoken to since 3rd grade, people on your Facebook friends list, people at the post office, people in your child's friends, parents, anybody you can think of goes on this list. And then you're gonna go through your list and you're gonna say, okay, these people could really use the products. I know they've got this health issue or that health issue. These other people, they could really use the business. They've got some financial issues going on, or you know what, I don't know what they need, but they would be really good at this business. So then you're gonna go through your list and you're gonna mark people. And then you're gonna start reaching out to them. Reach out to people on the products, reach out to people for the business, reach out and share like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I would love it if you join me. One of the things I wanna share is I have always taken that approach of 3 preferred customers and 3 ambassadors as your first goal. But one of the things I have heard recently, and I really like the approach, so I just wanna share it with you guys, is communicating to your new ambassadors when they sign on, that if you can get 3 people to join you on the business side in your first month, you will promote to silver. That's the first promotion. You get a $100 bonus. And that will give you enough money to continue your products for another month. So you have, you're gonna have your $100 bonus. You're also gonna get bonuses off of the welcome packs that they purchase when they sign on. So you're gonna have, at a minimum, $175 paycheck, plus any customers, plus anything else. We get paid 11 ways in Plexus, which is awesome. So that will give you enough money to continue your products for the next month and build your business. And then after you promote to silver, you can work on the goal of 3 preferred customers and 3 more ambassadors. So I really do like that approach. It gets people excited when they promote to silver. It gets a paycheck in their hand, and it's a really great way to get them started. So once you have your list and you start sharing with people, that's where your business starts rolling. So that brings me to the next point. Is so many times I hear people tell me, Rachel, I just want to see how the products work for me first, and I want to know that they work before I start sharing. And that's a very valid point. Our word is really important to us. We want to make sure people know that we're not just trying to sell them something, that we're being honest, like, hey, this worked for me and that's why I'm sharing it. But I also have to say, I would really encourage you to share your story from the beginning. Share along the way. Like, here's a picture, take a selfie with your first pink drink. Share a picture of your welcome pack. This is what I'm doing, announcing on Facebook or social media or to your friends and family, however you go about it. This is what I'm doing. I would love for you to join me. I'm very excited because, and fill out that sentence. I would love to have you join me. Regardless of whether you join me right now or not, I'm gonna be sharing my journey with you. What this does is it creates a trust relationship where you're putting yourself out there and you're saying, okay, this is what I'm doing and I'm gonna share my journey with you. And I have someone on my team that has been doing this in the last month or so, and it's been really awesome to watch the feedback she's getting. And she says on there, she hasn't lost weight, and that was one of her goals, but she's gained so many more other things. And so she says, like, okay, I'm sleeping better, I've got this, I'm having energy. She lists the things that she's experiencing, and she says, I would love it if I was losing weight, but I know that will come and it's not there yet. So she's very honest. It builds trust. It helps people to see she's being real, and it gets, she's sharing right away. She's got interest. She's got customers. And so it's a really great way to get started. So what I love about this is you have your list of people and you're reaching out to people, right? And once you start posting on Facebook, you are going to have people start reaching out to you. So this creates a two-way street that you now have the ability to have a list of people. I call this my potentials list. I call this my potentials list. So I keep a list of people in an Excel spreadsheet that I have spoken to about Plexus. It does not matter to me whether I initiated the conversation or they initiated the conversation. But if I have spoken to them about Plexus, I write their name down on my Excel spreadsheet and I keep track of when did I talk to them, what are their health issues, what are they looking for, and I follow up with them. So this gives you the ability to really get your business rolling. You are reaching out to people, people are reaching out to you, and now you've got this list of people to follow up with. So that's another key part in our business is follow up. Follow up is essential in our business. Something like 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. The 5th to 12th exposure with what you are selling or promoting is where the sale happens. So many people don't follow up. I think the percentage is 48% of people in sales don't follow up after the first attempt. Now, one thing we will say is we are not big into sales. We don't sell, we share, and we are honest with, we share what the products are doing for us. But 50% of people do not follow up after the first time. That is huge. That means that 50% of people are forfeiting their paycheck. You're forfeiting your paycheck when you don't follow up. So that's major. So follow up is super key. And there's lots of training on follow up and how to go about it. But my biggest tip is to be real, low-key, personal, and share something new. Share a testimony when you're following up. Share a diamond documentary that relates to them if you are targeting them for the business, not targeting them like they're a animal to kill. But if you are reaching out to them for the purpose of the business, share a diamond documentary, share a testimony, share a sale, a special, something new that's going on. Keep that relationship connected. Even when you're not talking about Plexus, continue to work on that relationship. Check my notes here. One of the things that's really important in Plexus is being active and involved with your team. So the easiest way to do this are our Facebook groups. I love the Facebook groups for this reason. If you are for some reason disconnected for 2 weeks and you sign on and all you have is 5 minutes, you don't have to read the last 2 weeks worth of posts. You can go on your team page, you've got 5 minutes, you can look at the last 2 posts that were posted, and you've got a quick, concise tip. They're all self-contained, like they're very self-sufficient tips. So you might get a business tip, you might get a product tip, you might see a video you could come back and watch later, some training information you could use later. But I love it because it's very isolated. Like you can go in and get an isolated tip and you don't have to watch a 45-minute video just to figure out what's going on and what you've missed. So that is super key. It's also really important to friend people on your Facebook or on your Plexus team that you see on Facebook. Friend your peers, follow leaders in the company. A lot of them have maxed out their friend request, but click the little follow button and you will see what they post. It's so important to get connected and see what's going on. And one thing that I love about Plexus is we all really work as a team. So, when you see something posted on Facebook, that someone else posted, as long as it's honest, like if I post, I lost 75 pounds, don't post I lost 75 pounds because that's not true. But if you see a post that I make or that someone else makes and you like it, use it. You don't have to, say, oh, I took this from so-and-so, because most likely they took it from somebody else. That's how we work in Plexus. We work together as one team. So, take it, copy and paste the wording, download the picture, upload it yourself, and post it as if it were you. It's much more personal that way. Please, 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 for the love of all things good, do not hit that share button. I'm sure you'll hear me talk about that later, but post it as if it was yourself. There's plenty of reasons for this. Just trust me, it's way better that way. So getting connected on the team pages, getting connected locally. If you have a local team, or even if you don't, if you have local Plexus people, getting involved with meetings, opportunity meetings, training sessions, anything local that you can. If you don't have a lot going on local, watch YouTube videos, connect with live events. We have Zoom, we have weekly Zoom meetings on our team. Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern, we have a weekly Zoom meeting. We have events that we do online. We do Facebook events. We do all sorts of things. So there are plenty of ways to get connected, and it's really important for the success of your business. So the very last thing that I am going to go over are 3 tips that I personally just feel like are really important in terms of launching your business. So the first one is posting on social media, and I sort of went over that a little bit already. The reason it's so important is you are connected to people on social media that you don't see in your daily life. Talking to your sister and your mom and your brother and your neighbor and your son's teacher at school are all really important and very valuable. But you see those people on a daily basis. There are people that have joined me in my Plexus journey, either customers or members on my team, that I haven't seen in 15 years. And it's not because something went wrong. It's because we moved or life went on or we went to college together and we went our separate ways. And if it wasn't for social media, they would not have joined me. But posting on social media is so key to reach a network that we wouldn't have been able to reach 30 years ago in network marketing. So that's so, so key. Number 2 is sending a mass email. My daughter got into the cookies. Sending an email, it still is great to be personal. It does not have to be salesy. Sending an email to every single person you know. Go through your email list, your contact list, and it doesn't matter, send it to them. When I did this, I have to tell you, there was one person specifically that I thought, I'm not going to send this to her. I haven't talked to her in years. She doesn't live here anymore. She's healthy. She's financially well off. She doesn't need the product. She doesn't need the business, and it's intimidating to me to send this to her. I sent it anyway. She was the very first one to respond to me. She joined me and has stayed with me the whole time. I had several people respond to that email asking for information. It wasn't that the mass floodgates opened and I got 30,000 customers. I didn't. But I did get some new customers. Some of those people have joined me as ambassadors. Some of them have been very successful in the business. Some people are wholesale ambassadors. And all of those are great benefits to your business. Some people became potentials, and 15, 16 months later, they are still potentials. And they have not ordered yet or have not signed on yet. But they're on that potential list that I follow up with. So that email is really important. The third thing, and I am a huge, huge fan of this, is a sip and see as a launch party. In Plexus, we have things we call sip and sees. Come sip the pink drink and see what you think. It's a little cheesy, but they're amazing for success. I love to have everybody do a business launch sip and see. The reason this is so important is people will come to support you. Even if they think they are not interested in Plexus, they will come to support you. And in communicating that to them, like, hey, I know you may not be interested in Plexus, but I would love for you to come just to support me, just to join me in what I'm doing. It's not going to be a big event. It's not going to be a lot of pressure. I'm going to share some information and some testimonies, and I would love to have your support. And people will come to support you. So those are my 3 tips on getting your business started for success. 2 things that you can work on in the meantime are getting to know the products and getting to know the compensation plan. We have a ton of resources in Plexus to help you out with that. So reach out to your sponsor, reach out to your upline, reach out to me if you need some help in finding those resources. But I am super excited to get connected with you personally and get to watch your Plexus journey unfold. So blessings to you on your Plexus journey, and have a great day.